All right, guys, I am here. My name's Kevin Verghese, and I have Cal Ellenor joining me for an interview. How are we doing over there in Milan?
Doing awesome, mate. It's a strange experience. Obviously, we've had a quarantine and stuff like that, so it's been a bit mad, but doing awesome. Everyone's feeling good. Everyone's excited about the fight Saturday, so it's a good vibe around the hotel.
Listen, first thing I got to say about the fight, it's giving me Tony Habib vibes because it's been rescheduled 3 times. First time it was your injury. Second time it was James. Then it was coronavirus. What's going on? Were you getting antsy, with the fight going on and everything? Like, were you finally happy that it got scheduled for this date?
Yeah, I'm definitely at a good place right now, and I'm glad it's been put back on. Obviously the circumstances before when things have happened and it's been cancelled, it's been a bit of a nightmare, but it's here now and everyone's glad, and it's good to just get it out of the way.
Listen, the moment you guys faced off at that big press conference, I knew this was going to be a great fight. Let me ask you this. Did you choose James Gallagher? Or was it just offered to you?
Well, it's a fight I've been asking for a while. Every time there was a post on or a story about him, I would always say, look, if somebody needs to fight him, I'll happily step in there, and obviously it was just a right time and place. Obviously they gave me the opportunity and said, would you fight him in Dublin the first time? And I was like, yeah, 100%. And then obviously everything happened, so on and so forth, and then finally led us to here now.
Yeah, I mean, let me ask you this. You're coming into this fight. You're you're off a win off Nathan Grayson, a great win. First you were at Bellator Newcastle, you got the rear naked choke win. Going into this fight, you're looking to go to the ground, or you're trying to maintain a stand-up fight to prevent him from going into his repertoire.
I'm not bothered where it goes. I'm happy to fight, and wherever the fight takes place, I'm excited to show all avenues of my game and show the evolution of me since the last time people seen us fight. It's been a long time, so I'm really excited to just get back in there and show people what they've been missing out on.
That's awesome. One of the main questions when it comes into this fight, for any fighter fighting during this pandemic is, what's the key differences in your training camp and what are the adjustments you made?
Nothing really. Just obviously when the lockdown came and stuff like that, we kind of had to be a bit more cautious about that, and we had to run a lot more and cycle a lot, and kind of we didn't have as many training partners and stuff like that. So that was a different thing altogether, But no, it's been good, and the preparation's been really, really good, and the timing of everything's great. So just excited and just feeling positive and feeling really mentally strong and ready for the fight.
All right, so look, you just got a new bantamweight king crowned, Juan Archuleta. Looking at that fight, where do you see possibly when you look into this? Right, you're fighting James Gallagher. He's a well-known name. You're fighting in a division that has a lot of hot contenders there. Where do you think, say, with a win on Saturday night, where do you think it places you in the title picture? How many more wins do you need to get into that title fight?
I don't even have a clue, to be honest, mate. I mean, James is a big name and he's well promoted, but I don't know in regards to where kind of rankings or stuff like that, where they would kind of hold him. So I'm not really bothered, mate. I just want to fight and just get another one under my belt and see how that one goes and see where I'm at. I mean, if I win, it's definitely going to put us up there somewhere, but I'm just happy to fight, mate. That's what I love to do, and I love to be in the gym, and I'm just happy being under Bellator's roster and being able to fight when there's so much, as I see in the world at the minute, there's so much uncertainty with people's businesses, and this is an opportunity for us to put food on the table and make some money for my kids, and so I'm just happy to be here, man.
Listen, us fans, we love it when we hear fighters say, hey, we just want to fight, just throw any fight at the table. Not to go a little off topic, but one of the key things, like when I'm looking at you, the mustache, what's the inspiration? What's with the, are you trying to enhance that Pacino inside you, or is it you got another reason for it?
No, it's just I just fancied the change. I thought, I'm just happy to be here, and I just thought, what's funny? I thought I put a little Instagram story on the other week, and I just said, oh, should I shave my head and should I had a big beard? I was like, should I shave my beard? Should I leave a tash on? Should I take it all off? And everyone was pretty much like, tash. It's got to be tash. So I was like, fuck it, I'll just do it and see what happens, you know. And went for the tash and rocked it out.
So I posted you know, in your on my Instagram story, the poster for you and Gallagher, and everybody's like, "Oh my God, the guy on the right is gonna kick his ass." You know that, you know, you with the tattoos, the mustache, you look like, you know, you're like a British, like in a sense, like a British bulldog. Like you're just gonna whip his ass. But mind my language. But one other thing I want to talk to you about, the Pacino nickname. How did that come to be? Like, what was the reasoning behind the Pacino nickname?
So basically, one of my friends growing up, I don't know if you can see, but I've always had a big scar down the centre of me, in between my eyes.
Wow. Okay.
And my friend used to call us Scarface, and I hated it. I hated it when I was a kid. I hated it. We used to argue about it a lot. And as I got older, you know, I thought, like, you kind of get used to being in your own skin, and you start accepting the facial features or you certain way you're looking. Kind of just ended up embracing it, and it was Cal Ellenor, and that, you know, the Al Pacino, the Cal Pacino thing just worked, and it ended up just sticking. And when I fought in South Africa, that's kind of what they didn't not call us Cal Ellenor. It was just Cal Pacino. That was what they called us. So when I was fighting out there, it was just Cal Pacino, and it just went from there. And just
went from there. Listen, with my skin, you could see the scars and everything. With you, I could barely notice, but hey, it could be the camera. But, you know, look, you know, you're one fight into the Bellator Bellator contract. You're with Bellator. You're able to participate in their COVID adventures when it comes to fighting. Now you're in Milan. How is the process like? You know, it's not like any other fight week, clearly. Right, it's a little different. You're running around. You got to be protecting yourself at all times. You got to make sure that, hey, I got to watch out, be careful that not to get any contact with people that I'm not supposed to. So, summarize the situation right now for fight week at the moment.
Masks everywhere outside your hotel room. We're not allowed outside. We're allowed out in the hotel's pool area. That's just outside, but we're not allowed outside the hotel grounds. We've got to check every morning temperature. We've had to do a COVID test when we came in. We've got to do one before the fight. Weigh-ins, you're not allowed your coach with you. You just go by yourself. You've got to take all your stuff for rehydration with you. So basically it's just all about isolation and keeping everyone separate and keeping checks and tabs on everything and just keeping on the ball, basically. But he's doing a really good job, really sensible.
Yeah, I got that. So, you know, you got 10 fights to your career. And you're at the, I was trying to find out. Listen, you're 91, so I would guess you're about 29, 30, correct?
29, yeah.
So
29.
You got like 7 years on me. So, you know, I'm a youngling. I'm young, so I'm not afraid to admit I'm young. But, you know, explain, you know, usually around the age of 30, right? People have like a good solid maybe 15 to 20 fights on their career. Was there any reason for maybe a late start into the MMA career, or was it just, hey, as time went along, you know, the fights just came and unfortunately not many fights were there, or just, hey, I wanted to start at this time?
Nah, it's just the way it is. I mean, I've always wanted to be active, and I've always struggled to get fights, to be honest. Certain shows and people knocking fights back and stuff like that, or people pulling out, and just like, obviously, when you first start out, you fight whoever they give you, and if you get a late replacement, you fight them. But when I got so far through my career, I didn't want that. I wanted to just fight better guys, you know what I mean, and start really getting known for myself. So it was what it was. And obviously, I took a gap before when I first turned pro. I had a little bit of time off and stuff. So the career is what it is, man. I mean, like, obviously, I'm at a stage now where having a lot of fights doesn't really matter, because if I win this fight, I'll be in that opportunity to fight the guys that's had all the fights. So it makes no difference to me, really, you know what I mean? So it's just, I mean, this is my 41st fight, really. I've had 26 boxing, this is me, I had amateur fights, and this is my 10th pro fight. So really, it's not like I'm not seasoned, you know what I mean? This is my 41st fight.
You're seasoned. So let me ask you this. One of the key things I ask every fighter that I interview during this time is, the pandemic has led everybody to picking up new hobbies, new pastimes. Like, hey, for me, I started my own podcast, right?
Nice.
So for you, like, what has been like a new thing that you've been able to pick up during this time?
Mountain biking. I've always liked bikes, but I've was motorbikes since I was a kid. But downhill mountain biking, I started that in the lockdown, and I really enjoyed it. And that's something I'll probably always do now. Once the fight's over, I'll be getting another bike and getting straight back on it.
Mountain biking, me personally, I tried biking. It's just my butt does it. I don't know. No seat is comfortable with my butt. So, like, sitting down on a bike, 10 minutes later, my butt's like, yeah, I'm cramping up. I got to give up. So, unfortunately, I can't pick up on mountain biking. But listen, hey, you've had to fly from, I'm guessing Birmingham or
Newcastle.
Okay. So, hey, so let me ask you that. Newcastle. You fought your first card with Bellator. You got to fight in your own backyard. How was that?
Well, I'm from Sunderland. So Newcastle's the rival town. It's the next town over, but it was still home. You know what I mean? I would still win and then be back in my own house after that. So what it was special. I had a massive crowd there, and it was awesome.
So yeah, let me ask you that also. No crowds. What's your mentality going into a fight with no one there, essentially watching your fight? What are you thinking about that?
Nothing. I think it's fine. I'm excited. It makes no difference to me, Once I get in there, it's a fight. I'm not bothered who's there, who's watching. I just focused on the person in front of us and just want to get my hands on.
So let me ask you another thing. Knockout, submission, full 3 rounds. What are you trying to do here?
I think either one of them will come. I don't think it'll go the distance. But I feel like I'll put them away. I'm not sure how it'll come, if it's going to be knockout or submission. But I feel like the style of fight I bring will bring either of those. So we'll see. Okay,
so before I let you off, because I know you are a very busy man, any shout-outs, any thank yous, anything you want to do during this time?
Just shout out Hannah and my family, Tommy and Jesse, Northeast Jiu-Jitsu, Ellis Younger, and TFT MMA, Andrew Fisher, and all the guys, just everyone there, and my sponsors. Thank you, mate. That's perfect.
Perfect. All right. Once again, Cal, thank you once again. Us, especially good luck from me and the Overtime Heroics team. And,
I'll get it on Instagram now. I'll follow up when I get on there.
Perfect. Thank you so much. All right. Listen, best of luck. Stay safe out there, especially. All right. And look forward to seeing you later.
Nice one, man. Let's have a chat after the fight.
Of course, I will do, definitely.
Cheers, man. Thanks, mate. Bye.